Hi everyone, it's me, Lauren Cadillac, and we are talking today, real talk y'all, about prenuptial agreements and why they're not bad. They're actually great. As always, nothing I say here is actual legal advice. I'm not creating an attorney-client relationship between any of the viewers and myself. I'm just telling you stuff I know. When people hear prenup, they often think about, a really wealthy person and someone who's not wealthy and coming and the not wealthy person having to sign documents saying they're not going to take the wealthy person's wealth. That's like what we think about. We think about the movies, those sort of things. What we don't think about is how the concept of marriage is actually dictated by and through our government, okay? I say that through the idea that if we get married, we now have community property. And if we get divorced, the government dictates how that property is split and set up and who takes what. The government dictates who takes the children, so on and so forth. So marriage is really governed by the government, this private institution that belongs in the home between two people. This intimate relationship is completely governed by the government. And the only way to take the government out of that equation is to have a prenuptial agreement. You can absolutely say, nah, we want to dictate the terms of our relationship. We're going to take the government out and we're going to write an agreement. And that prenuptial agreement will talk about here's how we expect to be treated. Here's what we expect during the relationship. Here's how we're going to handle this issue and so on. And so I can see how through media and those sort of things, a prenuptial agreement can be perceived as a negative thing. And I could certainly see how it could be abused and used in a negative way. However, I believe very strongly in prenuptial agreements. I think if two adults are mature enough to come together to start a marriage, to start a life together, to do those things, then surely they are mature enough to write out the terms of that life and that agreement and that partnership. And if you were coming here and telling me you're going to make a business with a business partner, I would make you write an agreement. I would have you have a legally binding agreement, because if not, you would be allowing the government to dictate the terms of that partnership. The same goes for marriage. So unless you want the government to be the one who decides what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, you need a prenuptial agreement. I hope you found this interesting. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.